Hypercharged Unboxed. Let's talk about it. So, Hypercharged Unboxed is a game that, as far as I'm currently aware, is only available on Steam. But beyond that, not really sure. It could be available on other platforms on PC, but PC, specifically Steam, is the only platform I know of that it's available on. Hypercharged Unboxed is a game in which you take the role of a action figure. Basically, your whole goal is to be these like super cool action figures going against all these evil villainous like robots and toys, bombers, aliens, all this fun stuff. Sometimes it's army men, sometimes it's stuff like that. And there is a little bit of a campaign mode to it. There's a really cool co-op mode. There's some PvP. There's just some regular survival missions. There's wave-based missions, which is my personal favorite. But this game really is unique. I know I say that about a lot of games, but this game is really unique. It sets you back to that like nostalgic feeling where you're playing as a toy, just like a little kid, and you've got these action figures, and now you're running around and you're shooting all these little robots on the ground, or you're doing a tower defense. You're jumping around. Like one of the maps is a toy store, so you're jumping around a toy store, running around in there, or it could be the kitchen, a bedroom, a bathroom, the garage, all these things, and it's just really cool because it's kind of like I said, that nostalgic thing, where like a little kid running around with your action figures, fighting off your toys, or maybe it's your sister's Barbie dolls, or hey, your brother's Barbie dolls, whatever. It could be anything. But as a kid, you were running around doing all of that, just having a blast. And in that sense, this game really is unique. And it's a lot of fun to play. There's a lot of customization as far as the characters go, the skins go, stuff like that. Um, the guns, there's not as much customization as far as the guns themselves, but when you're in the game, you start out with just a basic gun, and then as you're going through the gun, you can get shotguns, you can get ice rays, you can get lasers, mini guns, you can get a machine gun, you can get a sniper rifle, all these unique and different things. Not unique to gun games in general, but unique in the sense of they're in the game unique. And they're just a lot of fun to go through and play with. Personally, I prefer to use a shotgun and machine gun combo when I'm playing the, tower defense missions, just because that's my preference. The grenade launcher is a lot of fun to use. The ice gun is a lot of fun to use, but it's only got like 4 rounds in it, so it's a little bit annoying. There's some stuff like that, and it's just fun to, like being a little toy just running around in the attic or wherever, fighting UFOs and fighting other toys and just defending towers or playing through the story or, different stuff like that. And it's a lot of fun. It really is. So if I were you, I would go give it a check, play it, have some fun. It's not that expensive. I think it's like 15 bucks, 20 bucks, which again is not that bad for a game like this or any game. I mean, I paid 20 bucks to play Choo Choo Charles, and I was really disappointed by that. But this game doesn't run out of content, really. I mean, it is kind of the same maps over and over again, but just the fact that there is a player versus player mode, player versus enemy, and a bit of a campaign too, there really is a lot of options, and that's really nice. Overall, I've never really run into issues with this. Graphically speaking, it does demand a lot from your PC if you have just like a basic PC. But if you've got a higher end PC, you're not going to run into any issues with this game. I really hope to see it come out to like consoles at some point, just so that a lot more people will end up playing this game, because I feel like they really could expand out a lot past what they have already. And if that's what they end up doing, I feel like they'll see their player base jump up a lot. I know there's not a lot of people who play this game, at least not in my opinion from what I've seen, but it is definitely worth checking out and playing. To give you some background into some of the stuff in it, like I said, it is basically just like a toy store, but it's not like it's some tired old design where, it's just like walls and then you're just on the ground or something like that. No, you get jump pads to help you like jump up into the shelves in the attic and stuff like that. There's all this stuff you can run around, you can climb up the boxes, you can go up into the rafters. There's a lot of like parkour and stuff in there that's really unique and challenging depending on the map. Each map is different from the rest. And so that puts a lot of a twist and a spin on it. It's a really fun way to move around, because it's not just a flat map. It's a 3D map, because you've got the ground, you've got the walls that you can climb up, and you can even be all the way up in the ceiling. And as far as the enemy designs go, at first they seem a little tired. It's just like the same robots over and over again. But then when you're playing different maps, like some of the maps, you'll have military soldiers, and you'll have like tanks, and you'll have warplanes, and bombers coming in, you'll have paratroopers coming down. It's just really cool. It's a lot of fun to experience. Other maps, you'll have like aliens and UFOs and Beyblades. They're not technically Beyblades, but they are. They're spinners, I believe, is what they call them in the game. And you'll have all kinds of stuff like that. And then on tower defense, you'll have all these defense traps, obviously, that you can put up around your towers. You collect batteries to put into the towers themselves to charge them and give them a little bit of a shield. And then there's normally 3 towers. I think sometimes there's 2 or 4. I think you can customize that too. I haven't actually tried to do that because I haven't run into people to actually play this with, so I always play versus AI. I've played a couple of matches against people, but that was it. Um, but anyways, you can get like glue traps, you can get like cannons and stuff, air defenses, anti-air to defend against the bombers and the planes and the UFOs and all that. You can get minigun towers to put on it. You can get like trip mines and land mines. You can put regular walls up. Super unique. Like just fun. Again, it's not unique to other games, but it is unique in this game. Just the way that it's done. It is different. The way you can unlock and build those is as you're killing enemies, they drop little coins, or throughout the map, you can pick up these construction points that are in what look like chip bags. And you can collect those to build the defenses. So sometimes it's a little lackluster because you just don't get very many of these control point because you don't get very many points for the control points, and you end up not being able to build a lot. But at the same time, it's really fun too, because sometimes you get too many, sometimes you don't get enough. Sometimes if you're playing with other people, they end up taking all of them. Which on that note too, there's stores inside of the game. Like when you start in the game, like into an actual level, you break out of a toy box like you would see in like Toy Story or something like that. And then if you go back to those toy boxes, you can buy upgrades for your gun using these control points. Otherwise, you find the upgrades for your gun on the ground or in other places. Sometimes they're just upgrades that are blue and glowing, and you go pick those up. But yeah, so the control points can be a little bit annoying between juggling them, between spending them on your gun or, friendlies picking them up and using them, and then you can't use them. It can be a little bit of a hassle, but not much. I've never experienced crashing with this. I've never experienced like lag spikes or anything. I've never gotten stuck. I haven't had it have me get stuck in the wall like I've had with a lot of other games. So overall, I'm just really, really impressed with this game just because of how smooth it is. Even though it seems like it's a bit of a smaller game, it has the feel of like a Big Ten created game. And it's just really, really smooth. And there's like battle arenas you can go into as well. Like one of them, you can fight a dinosaur with your teammates, and the dinosaur, like a T-Rex toy, is just chasing you around, trying to kill you and eat you, or a Triceratops, I think, as well. Some stuff like that. It's really, fun to play around with. Even the campaign's fun to play around with. All that stuff. It's not like you ever get bored because there's just so much stuff to do in this game. So again, for 15, 20 bucks, this game is a great deal. It's really smooth. It's a lot of fun to play. It is pretty customizable. And the other great thing if you play on Steam is it gives you like the Steam equivalent of NFTs as you're playing the game, and then you can sell them through the Steam store for, cash or for Steam points to upgrade stuff on your Steam account. So that's a lot of fun as well. It is pretty cool. I haven't really played any other Steam games that gave me those, so I really enjoy having that. So that sums up the game for this. I'd say out of all the games I've played so far, I'd give it probably a 9 out of 10. It's a lot of fun. It's pretty unique. Got some really good content. I'd give it a lower rating because there's just not that many players on it, so it makes it really hard to play with other people right now. But I feel like that'll get fixed as time goes on and more players end up playing this game.